you people who are on your lunch breaks in London and in the continent of Africa. I have not delivered with the price points of the said salads because I'm still running circles trying to find it. But I hope during your lunches overseas you had a great lunch, drama free. For those of you who like to restaurant in the realm of fast food and have the best of both worlds, now's that glorious time where you can prepare yourselves for the transition to get both a little bit of breakfast and a little bit of lunch. Isn't it a fun time to go to McDonald's right when they're changing the menu? When they used to change the menu, hand crank, and there would still be some breakfast sandwiches left over, glorious hash browns, and you're like, can I get that hash brown? Just give me all the rest of the hash browns, please. An apple pie, that breakfast sandwich, and then value meal number one. And yes, please supersize it. Those were the days. Those were the days when you could go to McDonald's at the right time and get both breakfast and lunch at the same time. We have reached an hour on here, so that means it's time for me to go and put some more cows in the chat. We have hit a new hour, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, animals, plants, pets, and all living things on this wonderful world, aka planet Earth. This is the time where I like to put cows in the chat. And I sing a little song while I put cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the government said that it is the cows' fault that we are experiencing global warming. So if that is true, as I fill this chat box with cows, I guess our chat box and computer ecosystem will be filled with global warming toxins. Please have your aerosol cans ready as I continue to load this chat down with bovine. Moo. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. One more time for the people who are late. Judith, you gonna be late. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. So I have filled this chat. I blew it up with cows, and oh, honey, the cows are changing. Oh my gosh. Help me. Help me. All of you don't know that's Bella Swan. Bella Swan's here. She comes in and out of the video sporadically, and so does this guy. I'm her security guard. Yeah. Yes, thank you guys. I pay them well. Probably could pay them a little more, but they are grateful for what they get. So we'll leave it at that until they file a petition against me. Cows in the chat. Let me get my music notes in here while I'm at it because I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. Dun, 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 dun. The way I carry on in this chat is as if I have the entertainment level of being the only child, but I was not the only child. But I learned to entertain myself a long time ago at an early age. No thanks to poverty, I was forced to get creative. Let's see here. So let me put cows in the chat. Cows in the cows in the chat. Cow. I'm typing it in here, y'all. Cows in the no, cows in the cows in the cows in the chat, cows in the chat, Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It's really cool to get the weekly rundown by way of YouTube when they actually show us